podcast dedicated to talking to everyone about everything. I'm your host, Kev Salvatierra. The wonderful music you're hearing right now is by the wonderful Yo Tom Perel. Please check him out wherever you check out your music, Spotify, Bandcamp, and also check out his YouTube channel. He's a very, very dope guy. And without further ado, I'm gonna start this fucking episode. Woo! Episode 2, yay!
Gonna clap? I mean, it's your podcast.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Cool Kids podcast. Something's a little bit different. Something's just the littlest, tiniest bit different. Because if you notice, I was clapping in the beginning, which is a sign, obviously everyone knows, there's a video format to go along with this. So go on YouTube, type in Cool Kids channel. I'll probably have it made up by then just to check it out. Anyways, today we that was horrible. Today we have a very, very special guest. He's someone I've known for a good while. You may know him from such famous songs as Beverly Hills and Sweater Song. It is the lead singer of Weezer, whatever the fuck his name is, Chris Munro.
Hey, thank you so much.
Yeah, what's it like recording a Blue album? Was
Blue
that good?
album? It was really good. I was like -6 years old. So it was cool looking down and just really making savings. So
how do you feel about making an album completely about being an incel and being incompetent at social cues?
Well, I just really drew from my personal experiences of being an incel. You know what? Fuck love, Are we allowed to swear?
Yeah, we're allowed to swear. Anyways, fuck that bit. In reality, I do have a very special guest, and his name is Chris Munro of a good old indie band by the name of A Weekend at Ramona's.
Thank you. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. If like this guy I've been working with at this fucking grocery store called Longo's for a good while. It may seem weird to have him on as a guest, but this man is talented like hell.
Oh.
Yeah, man, I'm gassing you up. What
Thank
can I
you.
say?
Oh my
Always,
God.
every episode's got to start like this. This man is dope as hell, incredibly talented, like musically. You play, what's it?
I play the rhythm guitar.
Rhythm guitar and
vocals.
Vocals, lead singer.
Yeah.
Chris, any words about yourself that you would like to put out there?
Like Kiev said, I work at Longo's. I'm a cashier. Kiev, he's the barista at the Starbucks.
Wow, thank you.
So he's really good at that.
That's fucking epic.
It
really is epic.
Yeah, a little bit about me. I'm Kiev's age. So
yeah, 19.
Yeah. So we've been through the ringer, but not as much as we will be in the next few years.
That's true, but 19 sucks. Being 19 sucks ass right now. Because
yeah, definitely.
You're far enough into, well, I'm not even in uni, but you're far off into uni, right? Mm-hmm. Faced with a pandemic, faced with just having to deal with all this stupid shit. It kind of sucks being 19.
It does. And I have a November birthday, so I was like planning on like going fucking crazy because I was like, you know what, this shit's gonna be over anyway. So,
but you can't.
Let's go clubbing. Yeah, no.
It sucks ass that you can't,
Mm-hmm.
But. Enough about the pandemic. Everyone already knows that's happening.
Let's not be sad today.
Tonight.
For this hour.
Yeah, for this hour. I would like to talk about your band.
Okay.
A Weekend at Ramona's.
Yeah.
Basically the good old Spark Notes version of it. How did A Weekend at Ramona's even become a thing?
Well, basically, me and my friend Ben, we met in high school because we were in competing bands at a battle of the bands.
Wow, classic.
Yeah, and his band, it was very established. They like had been playing together for a while. Mine was just one of my friends wanted to do it, so he just found people he knew could play music. But then a little while later, Ben and his band's drummer Yusuf, they came up to me after class and they were like, "Hey, like our band just broke up." And we're making a new band, and we know that you play the bass, so will you please join us? And I was like, hell yeah, think this is my dream.
My dream. No, it's okay.
But yeah, that was like kind of the formation of the original setup, I'd say.
Yeah. Like I've heard this story more than once because I listened to that other podcast you were on, and you've also told me the story before. But I always think it's fucking interesting how you started off playing bass and then now you're doing lead and rhythm guitar.
Yeah, and vocals, which is like vocals. A whole thing.
That I can imagine. I get so fucking nervous whenever I try to sing.
Oh man,
like at any given point.
Yeah, it's scary. We used to have a singer who's different, like, because we knew he was a lot better at singing.
Don't beat yourself up over it. I think you sound fine.
Thank you. Yeah, his name was Jacob, and he was a really good singer. And then he just kind of left for university, and then I picked it up because they knew that I could kind of sing and like I was okay with it. And like now I'm very much doing lessons and stuff like that. Like every so often.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was definitely a transition.
I could see that.
But it's a fun one. I love doing it.
Yeah. Fucking making music in general, I think is one of the most fun things you could do with your time. Like playing guitar, learning guitar, or doing bass or piano, just like any instrument, I think is the nicest thing to do with your own like time. But I want to mention about your, like, specifically, what would you place your band? Because when I was listening to it, I honestly could only think of like a few genres that you could mix into. One was like alt rock, kind of like indie garage rock. And weirdly enough, the only reoccurring words that popped up in my brain listening to your music was surf rock.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say.
Surf rock? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And honestly, yeah, that's probably where I'd place it as well.
Surf rock. Okay.
Yeah, but definitely more like alternative indie sort of thing.
It's very much alternative. It's just like, I think the mood that I get from it is like, I just left high school. I live in Miami, and I just walked to the beach with my friends.
Yeah.
We got a few beers that we snagged from, like, our fucking older cousins or something like that, and I'm just listening to it. Like, my favorite tracks out of all of them, because I listened to all of them, like in a row. Yeah, I gave you those listens. But I really fucking love the song, named after my friend, Abigail. I mean, that's not the purpose of the song.
It was her specifically.
That's a good song. Also, Marilyn from your latest latest album. Go check it out, guys. We'll plug it more later, but check it out while you're still listening to us. But I think your vocals are something that's very interesting, because I've kind of like heard that type of singing before.
Right.
Like, definitely have. Like, the style of it, it's very much oh fuck. It's very much reminiscent of, is it weird to say like Alex Turner?
No,
from Arctic Monkeys.
That like, I take that as a compliment. That's so nice. Like, I love that guy.
No, because I feel like Arctic Monkeys kind of changed a little bit to be more overrated to some people. I still think they're good, but
I think they're great. I think it is a lot more, I guess, through their last album, like a little more like theatric and different. But honestly, I fuck with everything Arctic Monkeys pretty much, you know.
Yeah.
There's not much I'd be like, oh, you know, Alex Turner was not good here.
dude's got the voice of a real motherfucker. Like, he sounds classic. He sounds classic as hell.
I love how, if you go on YouTube, like, every comment is just like, oh man, I'm gay now for Alex Turner.
Dude looks great. Dude looks fucking fire.
He looks great, sounds great.
Yeah, I would suck that dick.
Honestly, who wouldn't, you know?
Dude, he looks like a greasy ass man now, but that makes him somehow more sexy.
It works.
In my eyes, you know?
Do you have a favorite Arctic Monkeys album?
Ooh, that's a good thing. That's a good thing to bring up too, like just music in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Arctic Monkeys album specifically, I love it's called Favorite Worst Nightmare.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. That album it just screams all of my high school angst and having an iPod Touch. So it's just, I just had that and I listened to it and it was one of my favorite things to play.
Oh yeah, that's such a good album.
Yeah,
oh my
it's
god,
fucking dope. What about you?
For a while, it was whatever people say I'm, that's what I'm not. But I also have always just really liked AM, you know?
AM's fucking phenomenal.
It's so, the way it's produced, like,
yeah.
Oh my God. I feel like it's just such a good kind of, just staple album, like in this decade.
It's become one of the most pivotal, like classic, I guess you could call it rock, rock, alternative, like music to come out. But let's talk about that. I did have this plan.
Oh,
with the music man like yourself. Music's great. We all love music.
Oh yeah.
We also hate music. I don't know about you, but I fucking lied in the beginning. I fucking hate all of your songs.
Thank you. Me too.
I think a lot of people talk about like, oh, my favorite music, right? Favorite genre. And there's always these people that say like, I listen to everything. You said I listen to everything, and I said I listen to everything. And that's such a very vague way, very general way of saying it, right? So I think that we should actually talk about the reverse of it. What don't you listen to? Right? Because I think that narrows it down a lot more to make people think, oh, okay, so this person would like this music. So would you like to start? What do you not listen to? At least not very much.
Well, I think, like, in general, I can appreciate everything from every genre. You know, like, a good song is a good song.
That's true.
But I don't really listen to country too much. Like, it's never really, like, my go-to on the aux.
Yeah.
But, and maybe, like, classical music, I tend to stay away from in my daily life.
Okay.
But yeah, I think other than that, I kind of dabble, like, in a lot of, like, different genres, you know? I think just moving forward and, like, even with writing and stuff, I really like to kind of draw inspiration from, like, just different places where and kind of place it where it sounds good, you know?
Because there's always good elements in music, like any type of music whatsoever. There's always like great fucking things that make it great. I would say country is the number one for a lot of people when you ask them like, what don't you listen to?
Yeah.
Country is big. But even then, I still listen to a lot of old country. I listen to the good old Johnny Cash. You know, every now and again, if I really feel like it, maybe a little Blake Shelton. You know?
Oh, you know what?
Just a little bit. Yeah. I said, there's always good in like not your favorite genres.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
And for me, like I don't really listen to a lot of trap, like a lot of trap hip hop. I love like hip hop, but like trap specifically, I never really got into it, but I could see why people like it, right? Because sometimes the production on these fucking songs, they're insane.
Yeah,
like,
sometimes like they're undeniable. Sometimes like it's like this is good no matter what.
They sound great. Like fucking. I think there's this one song that I listen to. Where's My Drink? It is crunchy as hell. Like, it is gritty. It's loud, which is what I love about like specifically trap genre. It's like it's loud. It's meant to be played fucking real loud. Everyone can hear it and everyone can jam to it, right? And like it's just got real crunchy bass. I'm pulling out my Fantano words. It's got real crunchy bass. It's got the like really kicky drums and shit. You know, it's something that really gets my fucking little
get the head banging.
Yeah, you know? Little head banging. But I've gotten more into synthwave.
Really?
Recently. Yeah, because I used to listen to vaporwave, which is just like this ethereal 80s type like music using really old samples. It's the type of shit you would hear playing at a mall, right?
Oh,
like Starcourt Mall and like fucking Stranger Things. God, that's a classic 80s reference. But no, but like the people that make these songs, they're fucking insane. Like synthesizers in general are one of the most complicated things for me to look at, because there's all these knobs and these pins and some makes a drum, some doesn't. You know, you could load in your own sounds, and these people can make these beautiful fucking things that just transport me back. Like the most classic vaporwave and most basic synthwave type deal is I think it's called Resonance by Home. If I play it for you'll know exactly what it is. But I suggest if you haven't heard it, play it. That's speaking to you guys too. But it's just like, it's the type of song where you actually listen to it and you feel yourself going back a bit.
Wow, that's
just
so cool.
Feeling like mentally you're somewhere else. You're in a different time or a different world, and like how I like view it every single time I listen to it, I'm like bumping it inside a car or driving down like a city highway, which is like my favorite imagery for music. I'm sure it is for a lot of people with a fucking G2. Like just bumping music in the night in the city, all the lights, all the fucking neon and shit.
Yeah,
it's
jamming out to some, some good tunes.
Yeah, great tunes.
I think it's so interesting, just like the capabilities of like synthesizers as well, because there's an infinite amount of like sounds you can make.
Yeah,
and it's so hard to hear the exact same synth more than a couple times and throughout different songs. Like
there was that good period in the 80s where like, sure, there were a bunch of songs that used a lot of synth and some of it did sound the same, but there's things like Tainted Love by Soft Cell, which is just like the wildest synth song I could think of, and any song by Devo is just fucking like boom 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 boom. Whip it good. Like it's fucking those lyrics are so stupid, but the synth behind it, the sound behind it is what gives it the punch. It's like, yeah, maybe I do want to whip it into shape it up, get straight. It's good shit.
Oh yeah, that's a reason why I really like the Strokes' latest album, because of all like the synth guitars and just like the synths.
Yeah, the synths.
Oh my god, it's so like good how they're able to kind of incorporate that to a point where it just sounds so like appealing, and
it's good as fuck. I love the Strokes. 80s Come Down Machine. I already told you that's one of my favorites, but damn dude, music's just great,
It's crazy. It's so, I almost feel like music is just like, it's just so beautiful, like just the like
the floor there. Hard there.
Just like the the manipulation of sounds just in a way that like pleases your brain.
Do you ever feel as a musician, because I don't know about you, but I have a little band myself.
I was gonna ask you about that.
We haven't made anything. Don't get excited, guys. But maybe get excited soon because we want to start making more shit. But I have a band called Monktown Law. It's with like a friend of mine, Sophia, that I met in uni, and we were literally like, let's start a band. Let's fucking do it. The name comes from literally looking at a subway sign for a law firm called Monk House Law, and we thought like that'd be a good ass band name, so we'll call it Monktown. But
I like it.
there are times where like we'll practice and we'll jam out, right? And then when I'm listening to it, like I think it sounds so good, right? But I always feel kind of like this doubt that comes with it. It's just like I'm not skilled enough. Like the bass lines that I play, like they're simple as hell. Like I gotta admit, they're very simple. They sound great, but I always think to myself like, man, would anyone actually listen to this? Do you like have that same feeling?
Yeah, sometimes like I'm I'm so happy with the music we've put out, and I think we're such a good like unit when we're really like when the songs are alive and we're together and tight. Me personally, I get so nervous sometimes about my role in the band, just because like I wasn't really a singer, and like, I'm mediocre at the guitar, like, but I'm pretty lucky. My band members, Ben and Wyatt, like they're just such good guys, and they're so supportive, and I think we all have a very common vision. Yeah. And so if I ever kind of fall into like a state of like, oh my God, I can't write a good song, I'm not good at my instrument or vocals. And if I ever talk to them about that, they're really good to like, kind of be like, hey, no, we like playing music with you. Yeah. So.
That's fucking nice as hell. Yeah. Like my bandmates are the same way. They're always just like they always feel pumped up whenever they make music, right? So when I have the doubts in my head, Sophia will like hear me play and she'll be like, dude, that sounds dope. Like write that down, and then like we'll build on it. And then like automatically the doubt kind of disappears for a bit, and I'm just like, yeah, let's do it. Like when it comes to just creating shit, I always find myself in such a like a rut when I'm in it, because I always have my doubt about whether or not something will succeed or whether or not something will be good. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people can identify with almost, because it's just no one's confident. Especially at this age, no one is confident about like anything.
Yeah, I think we're definitely our own biggest critics.
Yeah. Like there'll always be people, no matter what, they'll support you. But I think the thing that changes it is whether or not you let like your own criticism control you. Like definitely. I always feel like whatever I'm doing is not good enough. You know? And lately I've been feeling that. Like even it can, but it's true. It's fucking, I feel like shit sometimes when I'm making something, when I'm editing a video. Especially like when it came to school projects and shit, I'm just like, there's no way I'm getting a 90 on this, not even like a 70, right? And I always feel like so harsh on myself. And lately it's come back with just doing like this podcast specifically. I'm more confident about it now because I think, people will listen. But it's just like, I mean, you saw me a while ago. I was stressing like hell, just trying to get everything all shaped up. And sometimes I let it control me. Sometimes I feel like that this won't work.
It's so easy to like tell yourself that. But I think especially with music, like confidence is such a big thing, like being on stage and stuff. And you can tell when someone's not confident. Like there are so many videos of like my band playing where it's like, wow, you look fucking awkward. And like this stuff I'm saying, like, hey, how's everybody?
I know exactly how that is. That was me at like the fucking church functions when I had to MC for shit. Like I look back at that and I'm like, oh my god, Kev, shut the fuck up.
You MC'd at church functions?
I MC'd in general. I was the MC for like my fucking, this is such a stupid achievement. My 8th grade spring concert.
That's
when
amazing.
like elementary schools used to do that shit. Yeah. They were just like I was the one that presented, like, here is Miss Hammond's grade 4 class with their rendition of Britney Spears. Oh, baby, baby. Like I always look at myself and I'm just like, oh my god, you fucking idiot. Why'd you even say a stupid, lame joke like that? And that was the same concert. I fucking danced to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The scene where Colton and Will Smith were doing. It's a home video buried somewhere, never to be seen again. And I also had to perform for the very first time.
Wow. Yeah.
Which is a great segue to my next question.
Okay.
Performing. You said it takes a lot of confidence to like do that stuff. What was it like doing like your first performance? Just in.
Oh man. Like as a band or just on my own?
Just on your own. I want to know like how you feel specifically. Or how you felt.
A lot of it, well, first of all, I shake when I'm nervous. And it's hard to play the guitar with shaky hands.
You can tell people, like, are shaky. Like, even when I was emceeing, like, I was holding the mic, like,
oh, yeah.
I was going to drop it and shit.
Yeah. I was definitely very nervous. I can't remember the very first time I performed. But, I think I've always kind of been in a situation where like I have a lot of friends in the audience, and they kind of just seeing them like dance around and stuff really eases my tension quite a bit. The first time we performed as a band, I was just so like caught up in how grateful I was that so many people showed up, and we only played like 2 songs. But I think when we started with, the school functions and stuff like that, I was nervous that all my friends kind of knew about the band, and then we played, and then let's say we play like a really painfully mediocre show, and then all of a sudden, like, I'm the guy in the shitty band.
That's only anyone knows you for. You're just like, oh my god, it's the piece of shit guy from the piece of shit band.
Yeah, don't let him take out his acoustic guitar, But it was fun. I do really like performing. Once you get into that groove, it's so much fun. And especially when you're well practiced and like, you can like put on a good job. It's definitely easier though, the more you do it.
Yeah. I could believe that. Like, even when like I look back at myself like doing these stupid like speeches and emceeing and shit like that, I'm just like, oh God, what the hell? But like I think about myself in the moment, right? And I'm just like, I had a completely different mindset. I was looking at my parents and I was looking at all the classmates that were there, looking at me and just going like thumbs up and shit like that. And it hyped me up. It hyped me up good. And when I was in that, I genuinely felt like I had no fear. like I was just like, all right, I'm in this. I might as well like go for it, even if I did tell the worst jokes.
Definitely. Well, I get that. My friend and I were both co-student council presidents in grade 12. So we would kind of speak at the end of assemblies and we'd like read the announcements and everything. I remember there was a point where we wanted to open every day with like some alliteration based on the day of the week. So it would be like, good magical Monday, everyone. That didn't last very long. But looking back, it's more like funny to look back on it. Yeah. Because I think I look back and I'm like, okay, I'm way better now than I was then. And that's kind of validating in itself. Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, why the fuck did I say that? But other times it's pretty
yeah, it's good. Like I was talent for my school broadcast announcement because we did it live every single morning. We would broadcast the announcements, and I was part of the behind the scenes crew. Like I was camera person mainly for the first 3 years, and then my last year I was like, fuck it, I'm going full talent. I'm gonna stand in front of the camera and do this shit, right? Because all my siblings did it before, and I was like, there's no way. I don't want the Salvatierra household to fucking be incomplete. I need to be talent. And yeah, we did those stupid alliterations too. I think that's just a very high school thing. Yeah. Whereas like my brother's gimmick was going like, good morning, St. Paul, like fucking Robin Williams. Good morning, Vietnam. Yeah. Right. And my gimmick was just like, again, those stupid alliterations like good mythical morning. That's just Rhett and Link and two people.
We said good mythical morning.
Really?
One time, yeah.
Dude, Rhett and Link would have sued you immediately. Yeah. They're like, shut the fuck up. Shut this kid up.
They like come into the office like,
hey, you fucking idiot.
I found though, the stupider we were at events and stuff, the more the teachers liked us. I think they just like to hear us sound like idiots. Actual children.
No, because I think adults, especially teachers, they find that stupid humor even funny. Like, obscure humor is one thing that they don't find funny. If you were to show a teacher now, like, the shit that we laugh at, like, it's just like a singular picture of a can of beans, and it says, I'm hungry. And that's the text, and that's it. And like it makes you laugh, and you're thinking about it like, wow, that's funny. When really it's not. Yeah. Like every teacher would be like, oh, what? But if you say like a knock joke, sometimes that kills them.
Yeah, that they kills fall to the floor.
I'm like, dude.
But you get a little bit edgy, and they're like, this will never happen again, guys. This event is being shut down.
I think I made like a fucking an STD joke or an STI joke to one of my teachers at a Christian camp, and he like looks around and he starts bursting out in laughter.
It's like, what the fuck is that?
He just looks at me and he's just like, Kev, let's not tell anyone what we laughed at today. And I'm just like, sure, man, sure. Fucking, I guess so. I won't say his name. Shout out to that teacher. They know who they are.
Mr. Man.
If they're watching. Imagine he's just Imagine if any of your teachers right now, think of every single teacher you've had, they're watching this podcast.
I wouldn't even put it past some of them. I have them on Facebook.
Oh. You know why you have them on Facebook? Are all your teachers female, Chris?
Not all of them.
So not all of them? I don't know about you guys, but Chris over here, one thing they left out in his intro because he's an idiot, is he's a major DILF hunter. He is a hunter supreme.
We need to cut this out.
We're keeping it in. This dude will cash out these beautiful 90-year-old grandma goddesses, and Chris will be like, hey, how's your
Be like,
morning?
hey, mama.
It's just like, and they look at him and it's like, who is this beautiful, what's your ethnicity?
This is beautiful. They think I'm Italian, so.
Who is this beautiful Italian god?
Like, mamma mia.
Mamma mia, pizzeria.
So, let's talk about something else.
Let's use it as a segue. A great segue.
How is work for you?
Work?
Yeah.
Work is work. I talked about it in the last podcast a little bit, but it's just, people are nut jobs. People come in, people complain all the time, and especially with Starbucks customers. Oh my God. I could let loose an entire podcast specifically about Starbucks customers. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I make drinks pretty fast. I make drinks like 20 seconds flat, right? Making a latte.
You make quick drinks.
Yeah, I make quick drinks. And when I give it to them, sometimes they're like, oh my God, you're so fast. Wow, that's great. And sometimes I give it to them and they just look at it, they take it and they leave. And I'm just like, really?
You're
not
welcome.
even a fucking thank you? Like, I just want to be validated, appreciated. If I'm going to work a minimum wage job, I better be like at least getting a thank you for it.
Yeah, minimum wage in a fucking pandemic.
Literally, like, people have lost thankfulness during this. They're all just like, it's all by themselves. It's like, nah, bro, we're kind of in this together.
Yeah, literally.
You gotta treat me with respect.
Oh yeah, I told the guy to pull up his mask, and he made fun of me for being a male cashier. I was like, okay. I mean, I applied for this position specifically, so.
He probably watches Alex Jones and thinks, incels, they're not bad.
Yeah.
Their views, albeit a little misogynistic, they're pretty good thinkers. I think I'm an incel.
He had a point. I just handed in my resignation because it's a woman's job.
Like people like that, they're so terribly close-minded.
It's honestly awful. Like, some of these people, I find the people who are already kind of rude are terrible now, and the people that are nice are like extra nice.
Yeah,
so I appreciate it.
Our fucking regulars that used to come in that we kind of just didn't like at all, they've gotten worse. They've somehow gotten more specific.
Yeah,
right? But like, you can't pour your milk and cream and your sugar like in Starbucks, but like, we have to do it for you. So of course people are going to be more specific, but I'm talking like specifics that don't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
There's this lady that used to just get an almond milk latte. Now she gets a grande almond milk latte, quarter shot, 3 white sugar, extra hot, and by extra hot, she specifically wants 190 degrees.
What?
Because
she can't even hold it.
In her words, she wants to drink it later. I'm like, bro, that's why we have extra hot, just regular extra hot, so you can drink it later. So it's super hot. Already, 190 degrees is going to go past its boiling point and just evaporate the almond milk. And like every single time, like I get so close to burning my fucking hand off because this lady just thinks that 190 degrees is the best temperature to keep her fucking latte.
Oh my God.
I can't handle that shit. It's stupid.
Yeah,
it's stupid as hell.
I'll come to Starbucks like to go ask for like water, and I'll see someone walk up in front of me and go, "You call this coffee?" I just walk back to my cash.
Dude, when those comments come in, I can't help but like feel like dead inside. Like I'm laughing too, because it's just when people come up and say like, "You call this coffee? You call this service?" And it's like, yeah.
It's like, I don't make the beans.
I don't roast the beans. I put the shit in a measured requirement, and that's it. I'm sorry you don't like our coffee. Try it somewhere else. It's not my fucking fault.
Yeah.
Like, these people just, they take it so personally.
I know,
like,
literally, yeah.
Like, I chose to fuck up this person's coffee.
Yeah.
Like, no. I didn't, because I have better things to do with my... I have an entire line of people that need to get their drinks. You are the last person I would want to fuck up your drink. Like, if a fucking horrible... Kevin Spacey just walks in to work one day. I'm spitting in his coffee. That's someone I will purposely treat bad. But
Yeah, call me over. I'll help.
but it's these people, they take it so fucking personally. They're just like, oh, they didn't do Cali style on my caramel frap. They must want me dead. This person deserves to be fired. A lady actually said to one of my coworkers that I was trying to kill her because I put cream in her coffee instead of soy. And I remember this customer because I put fucking soy because she asked 5 fucking times to have it with soy. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, why would I ever do that to you? I don't even know you.
I can't believe you were trying to kill her.
I know, she caught on.
Yeah,
she caught on so bad. And I was like, I slipped some arsenic in. What can I say?
Sometimes I hope that don't bite me in the back. Yeah, we already said the name of our grocery store.
Everyone's just like, oh my God, is that Kia? Like, you did try to kill me. Oh shit, man. Longos is a time.
It's something.
Yeah.
It's something.
It's something. You know it's a great topic?
What?
This is great. This is such a good topic because I don't know if the people looking at this on the video format can see, but Chris right here is quite a looker.
Oh, get out of here.
Shut the fuck up.
We come for you, alright?
No. Anyways, Chris here is quite a looker.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I can only imagine what kind of MILFs, what kind of relationships you're pulling. That's a terrible segue. That's horrible.
I need a break.
But you know, you're quite a looker yourself.
Thank you.
I'm not bad. I'm not terrible.
Kev, you're hot as fuck.
Alright, shut up. Shut the fuck up, Chris. I you know, that's a fucking thing. I don't know why I'm saying that. That's a fucking I think it's the joint I smoked earlier. Whoops. But we can loop back to confidence because, you know, I've been feeling pretty good about myself.
That's good.
Physically,
great.
You know, like especially in these times, not many people see me. I only really see me, you know. And when I look good, I'm just like, now I'm just looking good for myself. Like, who am I seeing?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, so now I just dress up and I'm like, damn, dude, you're looking pretty fine.
Oh yeah, I've always like noticed you have like, first of all, amazing fashion, and also your hair is always so cool. I feel like you have these different phases of it, and they're all good, you know?
This is the 8th evolution, I swear to God. I've dyed my hair definitely more than 5 times at this point.
Wow.
And I'm more like my original self now, like how I looked in fucking 9th grade than I have. But like, than I have now, obviously. I didn't even finish that sentence. But,
I look older.
But like, I think of myself now, like I look at myself and I'm like, I do look different than how I did before, which just makes me think like, why the fuck did anyone like me? Like, why did anyone actually become attracted to me in 8th grade or in 9th grade? I fucking had bangs. I wore Aeropostale shirts. The fucking cheesy ass Old Navy George's Walmart fucking looking ass varsity jackets. They were horrible. And like, for some reason, kids back in the day, they were just like, wow, that's a good looking guy right there. Like Claire, my fucking girlfriend, my one true love, my fucking love of my life, looked at me in 9th grade with me dressed up looking the way that I have. And she was like, wow, I like this guy. And I had to sit there and be like, yeah, I look great. I'm like, no, you fucking don't.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, I think I've been the reacher in every single relationship I've ever been in. It's crazy. You'll see, like, pictures of, like, me with, like, past people. It's like, what the hell? Like, I must have been really funny. And you know what? Me in grade 8, my humor, top tier.
Funny guy.
Yeah.
I was not funny. I was stoic in a way. Not like attractive stoic, more just like, why the fuck is this kid not talking? Like, kind of way. I was that, but it made people want to talk to me, so I guess that's one thing. And I was funny. in some cases, but overall, I'm not as funny as I am now. The comedic genius.
That's true. This
Did
guy.
you hear the jokes I said in the beginning? That was great.
I was on the floor. I'm on the floor right now.
We're literally on the floor. We have no budget.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I forgot what I was gonna say. But being funny. Oh, I remember. I was I think I learned to be pretty outgoing because I don't know if you know this. I've been to like a lot of different schools, like because I just moved around a lot when I was younger.
I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, I used to. I lived in Guelph for a while, and then like different places around Mississauga.
I know you went to Mentor College.
I did, yeah. Shout out to the boys.
Shout out Mentor, the fucking rich kids private school.
Yeah, but I remember when I started, Mentor, which was my most recent like before university. I think by that point I was like, okay, I feel like now I've just like learned how to talk to people. So
I've kind of mastered it too. Like, when I think about like how my past relationships have gone, and like the small talk I would do, I'm just like, oh god, like thank God I can talk now. Like, thank God I actually have shit to talk about. Because you know what I talked about back in the day to all my exes, it was just shit like, oh my god, did you see this new movie? Oh, have you heard this fucking song? It's more of an evolved version now where I just say like, oh my god, I saw this great movie the other day. But I'm just like, have you heard of this movie? Have you heard of this song? And it's just like, oh my god, this kid asks way too many questions. It's like, this kid's a fucking narc or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what my exes thought. They're just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, those relationships, again, they're kind of stupid.
They're funny, man.
They're super funny.
I was really scared with girls up until like the 12th grade.
How many relationships have you had, would you say?
I'd say like if we're counting like the grade 8 one and stuff, I'd say it's 4.
4. Damn.
But I would only really count my last one because I was like the longest one, and like, it felt I was like old enough to kind of like in a way know who I am, who I want to be. Yeah. Well, I thought I did, but
that's a lot of people though. Like a lot of people think that the relationship that lasted the longest out of like I've known friends of mine like that have dated so many different girls, all lasting 1 week and shit, right? And they'll only ever count the one that lasted like months long. Yeah. Because in reality, that is kind of the one that counts, I guess, in a way, because it's just, you know, you spent more time with that person, you know, you really got to know them a lot more, whether it be like 1 month, 2 months, you're knowing a person during that time. And like the one relationship I had was like, the first relationship I had was in 8th grade, and it was 3 months of us going like kind of liking each other, kind of being all flirty, and then in total 1 week of dating until she broke up with me and went with another guy in the same way that every other kid back. I was naive to think that wouldn't happen. Oh yeah, like every kid bounces off to the next relationship immediately after. Yeah, I was a sad boy, so I didn't move on for a good like 6 months. But that's fine. Like it feels terrible. I'll say that being broken up with feels like shit. Yeah, definitely. I've never had to be the person to say like I want to break up with you. It's always been people like talking to me saying like, yeah, I think we gotta end it, right? And both of them were during I've only had 3 relationships, by the way. But yeah, like those 2 relationships, both of them were over text. Oh yeah. One lasted like a year, and the other one lasted a week. So both very different situations. Both of them suck. Both of them suck to be broken up with. Like, have you ever had to been like broken up with before? Yeah, so my second last relationship, I was broken up with, and it was kind of like you said, it was like a couple months of us flirting, and then 1 month of like actually going out. Yeah. So I like hesitate to even call it a relationship because it just lasted a few weeks. But yeah, what happened was we like I couldn't even drive yet because it was I have a late birthday and it was the summer before grade 12. So I had my G1. Yeah. And I remember I think we went to see like Deadpool 2 and then she drove me home and broke up with me and my driver. She was like, yeah, we should probably like stop. Damn. But honestly,
I was kind of a baby about it, but in the sense that like I it was only a month, you know.
That's true,
And
but
I
you
barely saw her.
when you're in that moment, you don't see that. You see it as a good amount of time that you're talking to this person, and you picture the future ahead, and you're thinking like, oh my god, it's gonna work out like this and stuff like that. You like realistically, you really don't know. I like to think that I know with Claire.
Yeah.
Like I think that one day, you know,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
gonna get married. You know, that's just me. I'm a sap. But she feels the same way too. So like we both kind of like, you know, pump each other up with that shit.
Definitely,
But like
it's all about that feeling, you know.
yeah, but I never would have pictured that if I was like in those past relationships. Like like as soon as they broke up with me, I'm just like my whole future is shattered. I'm lost. I'm no one.
Yeah.
When in reality, it wasn't.
It was like not that.
Yeah.
I remember my grade 8 girlfriend. We dated for many months,
Mm-hmm.
but she didn't even go to the same school with me. And you're in grade 8, so we can't drive. So it was a lot of texting. I think I saw her like once every 2 weekends, if not like less than that. I remember I literally like broke up with her because I was like, we don't see each other, and I'm sad when I don't see you. We shouldn't break up.
I mean, like it's a valid way of breaking up.
Yeah.
Honestly, on the list of, you know, things like people can be shit and sometimes, but sometimes when you don't see someone, you really want to see them like all the time, and like you can't like last without that. Like I was a very dependent person.
Me too.
I would want to see people like as much as I can, and both of them, they kind of both didn't want to see me as much, right? So that's why it felt weird, like leading up to them breaking up with me, because I'm just like, oh man, I wanted to spend all that time, and now it's gone. But like I think, yeah, man, those situations, breakups still fuck me over to this day. I think so, like exes. Because like I may be in the most loving relationship of all time, but breakups are the one thing that kind of lead me to thinking like, oh, I wasn't good enough.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
But I think I should have started looking at it like more so. I wasn't good enough back then. Like
Right.
I'm good enough now. Like I'm great now. But back then it would just feel like, oh man.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even good enough for one girlfriend. I'm not good enough for both girlfriends. Dang.
Yeah.
I'm lonely and sad.
I find on my good days, I try to look back on it and think like, you know, maybe like not think of it in a way as I'm not good enough, but more just like I wasn't compatible with that person enough, you know? And it kind of helps me like rationalize a lot of my own insecurities, because I'm like, you know what? Like maybe I wasn't attractive to that person, but this next person, like maybe I'm attractive to them.
Maybe I'll look good. Maybe I'll become more. I definitely attribute my fashion now to being the thing that has brought me like my relationship with Claire, because I think I dress so much better than I did back in the day, right? Like, who would want to break up with a man that's worn this sweater 2 days in a row? You know?
Same
here.
I'm single.
Fucking single as a Pringle. But I like, yeah. I think exes are a learning experience for anyone that's really struggling over an ex right now. Just know, you know, I'm sure you're not as bad as a person that you think you are, you know. Or even if you're on the other side, maybe you broke up with another person and you still feel like that kind of like guilt and being like, oh man, I ended something like that. It's like, you're not bad. People are different. People, you know, they go on.
Yeah, exactly. You know, life moves on, you learn, you laugh, you know. You look back on it and it's just like, well, that was a point in my life and now I'm on the next one, you know?
Yeah. Like even if I have like a little bit of ill will against like my exes because of like how they treated me, right? In the end, everyone moves on. They're probably doing fucking something.
Crack.
Right? Crack?
Okay.
No.
I thought that's what you were gonna say.
They're not doing crack. they're doing something, you know, like that's on them. They can do whatever they want. I'm doing whatever I want. You know, it's only fair. Like I've moved on. I'm doing pretty nice. I'm doing pretty good.
That's great. Yeah. You know, I feel like self-love is like a really important thing, I'd say.
It is.
Especially in a relationship, you know?
Yeah. That stupid fucking Tumblr, Twitter quote that I'll always see, like, you can't love someone else if you don't love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It is like single-handedly one of the I hate hearing it all the time. I fucking hate listening to someone say that, but
I identify with it though.
True. It's true. Sometimes the cheesiest shit is true. You really gotta love yourself. Like I struggle with loving myself like now, but you know, I'll learn. I'll learn to love myself. I'll learn to appreciate myself.
Oh yeah, that's like been like kind of my goal this year, you know, because I feel like there are days where like I'll listen to like my music or like I'll just look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, holy shit, I hate you.
God, dude. It sucks.
It sucks. It's really stupid because like in my head I'm like, no, this is me. Like, you know, I just need to appreciate that. But I think one of my friends put this really well. I feel like we spend so much time with ourselves. You know, imagine spending that much time with anyone.
That's true. Imagine spending 19 years with someone else. Yeah, and then like even if you are experiencing that right now, like if you're in a long-term relationship that's been lasting exactly 19 years, you've now just doubled the amount of time living with yourself at that point, because like you live with yourself the most. Yeah, that is very fucking true. You kind of just have to deal with yourself.
Yeah, and exactly, and I feel like it's important to recognize your good traits, and it is important to like look at flaws, and I say that in quotations, and like, you know,
because they're not
for
really,
growth and stuff.
They're not really flaws. Like, I mean, being a blithering racist.
Yeah, you're like
that's a pretty big flaw.
Misogynistic piece of shit. It's good to recognize that and be like, okay, I should change.
Anyone that is racist that's listening to this podcast, change.
Yeah, please.
Now.
Like,
change
just
now.
Reevaluate.
There's no point. You're watching us. We're both minorities.
Neither of us
here.
are white.
Yeah. Like, why are you listening? You're half.
I'm half, yeah. My dad. And then half Guyanese.
Mixed guy.
I tan.
I'm not even mixed. I'm full on Filipino. Filipino.
Pure blood.
But yeah, man, fucking like self-love is really important. This podcast has gotten a lot different than I thought it would be. I think I envisioned like a lot more funny stuff, but sometimes you just gotta talk it out. Like,
that's true.
I think it's a good thing to talk it out, like self-love and struggling and shit.
Honestly, I feel like everyone needs to hear it, you know?
Yeah.
To kind of be able... Because everyone can connect with it in some way.
Yeah. Everybody hates themselves at some level. Even the most narcissistic, cocky motherfucker. Yeah. They hate themselves on the inside. Yeah. Because they're just like, maybe I'm not cocky enough.
Yeah, like, I think we can always see like room for improvement in ourselves, which is not even a bad thing.
No, it's not. Because in reality, like... in philosophy, I learned in philosophy, it's just the idea of self-actualization, like realizing yourself, like in the true sense, just knowing like exactly what you have to do, like what you have to be, right? And a lot of people won't ever reach that, but we are, with every year, with every day, with every hour, constantly improving ourselves in the littlest bit.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We're always growing, you know?
Yeah. Growing little boys.
Yeah, we're just little men.
Yeah. And I. Little baby men.
Literally. I feel like at this age, 19, I'm like the youngest but also oldest person in the whole world.
I feel so fucking old, and it's so stupid to think.
Yeah.
Because like literally just a year ago I felt young. I was like 18 and I was like, I'm hip. Yeah. I'm still with the times, and now I feel so distant from everything. It feels like I'm old. Like even when I look at TikTok, like I go on TikTok and I'm enjoying myself, I'm just thinking like, God damn, man, you're old. When you see something that is funny to everyone else, but you just find it like, okay, I just think to myself like, oh, you fucking old bitch.
You dusty old piece of shit.
Like, that I think aging is one of the fucking most draining things to think about. Yeah. Just thinking next year I'm going to be 20, that puts a stake in my heart almost, because like, dude, I'm getting closer to death.
True.
I could die anytime, but like I'm getting closer to death in the age sense.
Yeah, it's crazy to think we're going to be 20. Like, that is insane.
It's fucked up to me.
And yeah, and the way I like look at my life, I'm like, you know what? It's completed. We're good. But really, like, I have so much to learn, so much to do.
There's way more on the timeline. There's like maybe 5 more pandemics.
Yeah.
Maybe like we'll be so evolved. Maybe my kids will be fucking just even more evolved versions of me. Like they'll find the same things that I find funny, but also they'll listen to fucking music I can never stand.
Yeah.
It's like if I tried to show my parents Death Grips. like my parents would be like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you, Kev?" I'm just like, it's my favorite song. It's
I'd be like, this is Skrillex.
God,
they're like
damn.
pretending to be really into scary monsters and nice sprites.
No one's into it. No adult is into that. And if any adult is into that, they are clearly past their prime.
Hey man, Skrillex is into that, alright?
Skrillex, he can do whatever the fuck he wants, but god damn, that listening to that song gives me an earache, even though I literally listen to all of Death Grips' discography. And it's like, and I'm bopping my head going like, this is a good song. This is great.
Oh yeah.
It's good shit, man.
But yeah, wait, so how old were you when you like first started talking to girls?
Ooh. Oh god. Oh fuck. Dude. Like, kind of gas myself up a little bit.
Okay.
But in the Philippines, I was suave. I was like a Casanova of sorts.
Oh.
Because like okay, for one thing, I did not like talking to people in general as a kid. I still don't now. But like
this
like
is a really weird thing to do for someone who doesn't like to talk to people.
Yeah, I fucking hate you. But I think I didn't like talking to girls, but I remember being in class and all the girls like looking over at me and like whispering to each other, laughing and like going like, "Hi," like that type of stuff, but in Tagalog. And my parents would always say like, "Yeah, like all the moms love you because you're so tiny and so cute." And I had like the biggest cheeks ever. I was apparently like the cutest fucking kid in class, right? And like all these girls would fucking talk to me, and I would be like, "Ew, no, I don't want to talk to you. I'm fine," right? And then once I moved to Canada, and I realized what a girl is and what it can be, or what a relationship can be, because I ended up, liking both girls and guys later on.
Oh yeah.
Just like I started realizing, yeah, maybe I should start talking to more people. Maybe I should start talking to more girls, and that's when the dread sunk in, where I realized like I am a Filipino kid in a almost all white Canadian school in the middle of fucking Mississauga. No fucking way. No girl's gonna talk to me. And I was right. Because barely any fucking girl for the first, like, from 3rd grade all the way to, like, 7th grade. Like, no girl would fucking talk to me.
Oh, man.
And, like, I wouldn't talk to them because, like, what's the point? Why would I talk to anyone if I sound like the way that I do now? Like, I sound horrid. Like, I think fucking when I actually started talking to girls or like building up confidence to really talk to girls was maybe around 6th grade, I would say. But it wasn't really even in the romantic sense. I had crushes, but like I just started talking to people, and I figured that would be a step to talking to more people.
Oh,
and then like I already had my friends, but being friends with girls was like nice. It was nice to just be like, oh, I have a friend that's a girl. Never thought that would be possible, but and then like I can attribute that to why I am the way I am now, like liking both guys and girls, because I think girls taught me like why they are attracted to men, at least the girls in my class, because like they would always be like, oh, like veins and arms and like the way their necks look and stuff like that, and I would look at guys and think like,
you're like, that neck is so fucking sexy. You're right.
But like, I mean, that's why I have this big ass flag there. Like I started looking at people and like starting to think like, I'm infatuated with both guys and girls. But when it, like, girls was the one that I was the most nervous about, surprisingly. Like, guys, yeah, like, I was nervous because I don't know what they'll feel like if I show that I have feelings for them. And I never really did. Like, but girls, I was always so nervous when it came to girls. I was nervous meeting Claire. Like,
yeah.
But what about you?
Well, I think, well, here's the thing. I was a lot more confident when I was in my short, chubby phase of life.
Really?
Like, genuinely, yeah. But that's also, it was kind of, like, I was confident, but I didn't get anything. I think the first time I got rejected was in grade 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Do you want to hear that story?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Fucking love to.
Here's what happened.
Okay.
There was this girl.
Yeah.
I was so into her. Oh my God. And I would talk to her a bunch on Kick. And she was new in the school that year.
To Kick.
Yeah, oh my God. Her and I on Kick, we can't even talk about that right now. No, and I remember there was this, it was kind of common knowledge in my grade that I was into her. And, but I think she just didn't know for sure. And I remember there was like this dance coming up and I was like, you know what? I'm going to ask her to this dance. And, I was like talking to my friends about it and they were like gassing me up and they were like hyping me up about it. And then I remember one night I got a message from her on Kick and she was like, hey, so I think we should just be friends, just so you know. And I was like, oh, okay. But it gets worse.
Oh my God.
So a couple weeks later, first of all, when I say ask someone to the dance, I mean like we ask her and then we don't talk to her at all during the dance. And then when there's a slow song, I dance with her.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's how
that's how everyone does.
I remember one of my friends asked somebody else to the dance and they said yes. And I was like, oh my God, like that's amazing. And then I was like kind of thinking about it. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like I'm going to ask her again. So I remember I went to her class like after school ended before she left. And I was like, hey, like, so like, do you want to go to the dance? And she was like, no, thank you. And then I went home.
Oh God, no! Like putting myself in that situation, I could think like, oh God, that must hurt.
It was probably like so awkward to witness, but in the moment, I was like, you know what? She has to say yes, at least out of pity.
Out of pity. That's the worst one. That's the worst thing.
Listen, 11-year-old me, he's okay with that. 19-year-old me is okay with that.
It's a pity dance. I will say I've been rejected a lot, but like. I think the one that hurt the most was surprisingly a kind of like similar situation. There was this girl in my class. It was the 8th grade graduation dance. And I was just like, oh man, like I want to dance with someone. I think that, like there was this girl I had my eyes on. And I thought she was very pretty. And I was just like, you know what, I'm going to ask her. Right. And I was telling my friends, like, I'm thinking of asking her to dance. And they were all like, yeah, man, yeah, do it. And like one of my only other girlfriends, Alexia, she was just like, oh yeah, like do it. And like, you know, if she rejects you, I'll dance with you. I'm like, all right, that's a good trade-off. And when it came to the actual dance part, so like we had our fucking dinner and everyone's on the dance floor, right? And then the slow dance song comes up. And I'm looking at her from across the room. It's like, it's the classic coming of age story. I'm just like looking at her, I'm shaking. And I'm like, I just get up and I walk over to her in the most awkward way I can. And I'm like, would you like to dance? And then she looks at me wide-eyed. She's like, yeah, sure. And then like she holds my hand and then I lead her to the dance floor and we start doing like hand on hip, hand on shoulder type deal. Oh, yeah. And we're dancing, right? And then all the other fucking 8th graders were just looking at us going like, ooh. And then she heard that and she like left.
Oh my God.
She straight up left. She went out, went to the washroom, and like all her girlfriends were like laughing and they were running at her. And then I was just there. And then everyone was looking at me going like, oh shit.
They're like, sorry, bro.
And then like my friend Alexia, she comes up and is like, hey man, don't focus on it. Don't focus on it. Just dance with me. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'm dancing with her and we're just doing like a jokey dance, just going like that. And it made me feel better. And then like it felt like I was just like, man, God, that feels bad. And like it wasn't even more so bad like on myself. I think it was bad for her. You know, if I was in her shoes, God, that would suck. Hearing everyone go like, ooh, is single-handedly one of the stupidest fucking things ever, and you just want to crawl into a ball.
It just pierces my soul. It just takes you and just crushes it.
Yeah, and like, the funny thing is, like, after that dance, like, I saw her when I was leaving. I was like, hey, like, I'm so sorry. Right? Yeah. And she was like, no, it's okay. Like, don't say sorry. It's okay. It's fine. And I'm like, nah, man. Like, I'm sorry. And then that was the last time I saw her for a bit. Mm-hmm. And then later on in, like, 10th or 11th grade, like, I get a message from her. And she's like, are you still living in Port Credit? And I'm just like, yeah. And I was like, the Busker Fest is coming up, which is, like, this event where, like, all these street performers come in, like, in the middle of the park, and you can go and see them. And then, like, she asked, like, if I wanted to, like, meet up. And I was like, oh, yeah, fuck yeah. Like, it's been so long since I've seen you, right? And, like, I do actually meet up with her, and we're talking, and we're just, like, it's like catching up with an old friend. It's great. And then when I brought... me being the asshole that I am, I brought up that situation, and immediately, like, she becomes all flushed, and she's like, oh my God, Kev, that's the worst fucking thing. I am so sorry. Like, I left you there. It's like, hey, man, no. Like, it was the awkwardest shit. And it was nice reaching that kind of agreement that level of agreement where we're just like, yeah, man, that was embarrassing for the both of us. That was horrible. We should have never done that, but honestly, it happened. Can't change it. It's fine. It was great to see you. Oh, yeah. And, like, I haven't talked to her since, but, like, I still remember that as one of, like, the nicer ways of, like, kind of reaching closure after, like, a rejection.
Yeah, that's, like, amazing. I mean, that's a terrible original situation, but, like, being able to, like, just look back on it with the person and be like, that's really funny.
Get that closure. Yeah. It's good. It feels really good. Mm-hmm. And, like, looping back to exes, like, I never really got closure for any of them. Oh, yeah. And, like, I think that's what kind of fucks me up the most. But then again, with them, I don't really need it. You know, especially when they, like, treated me like shit. I'm just like, you know what, man? Maybe I don't need closure. Maybe I just need to move on.
Exactly. And, like, what is closure, you know?
Yeah. It's literally meeting up and acknowledging the fact that happened and both reaching to an agreement. Yeah, it happened. And then leaving. Forever. Never talking again. That's closure. And somehow everyone wants it. You know?
Oh, yeah. It's definitely, like, I feel like human nature to want closure.
Yeah, the first Neanderthal. Yeah. I was like, Gregoria said, like, you know, she rejected me, and, like, now I have to live these next 2 years of my lifespan just knowing that. And it's like, hey, man, you're only 12. It's fine. It's just like, no, man, like, maybe a mammoth will run me over. It's like, no, it's fine. And then, like, later on, like, Neanderthal Gregorio just goes like, oh man, I've been living a full 3 years of my life now. Maybe it's time I get closer with Gregoria. And then Gregoria is just like, you know, I just wasn't into it back in the day. It's like, you know, I guess I wasn't into it too. Wow. And then that was the first ever recorded notion of closure in human history.
All I hear is Gregoria's on the market.
Sexy ass Neanderthal. Sexy ass caveman.
And then they just disappeared.
Yeah, they died forever, and now they're fossilized at the Smithsonian. It's
shout out to the Smithsonian. Go and check that out.
Straight, real great museum, honestly. Oh, also, damn. Yeah, that's a good amount. An hour and 8, right? That's a pretty good thing to stop. Unless you had any other last minute topics.
I mean, it depends. Like, how far over you'd want to go.
I would love to go as far as you'd want to. Oh my God. Because you're part of this podcast as much as I am.
Oh, wow. Thank you. I mean, you know, I was actually, to loop back to, like, music, I was kind of wondering, so you and your band, you have started, like, writing songs and stuff like that?
That's the thing, yeah. Like, we have semblances of songs. It's like, I feel like the classic situation for anyone who has, like, who's making music, like, and when they're first starting out, you just have, like, kind of scattered notes, lyrics and words and chords that don't even mesh together, but, like, you're kind of just like, yeah, this can be a good idea. We don't have, like, a full song. I would like to make a full song and then, you know, feature it on this podcast.
Oh, true. Intro.
It'd be great. But, you know, it's just like, because of the pandemic, we're all kind of just split up right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we haven't been able to get that time in. But I will say, do you have anything coming up? Anything working?
We have a lot of plans for like 2021. 2020, it was, this pandemic really like messed with us quite a bit just because we couldn't see each other. Yeah. So a lot of like our collaboration was just like over text and like the phone and stuff. And we made like little videos and stuff just to kind of keep traction going. But 2021, we have a lot more of like a plan going into it. Like we want to release like a couple singles, maybe another EP, and just also like merch and stuff like that.
Merch would be dope. I'd buy A Weekend at Ramona's fucking shirts, that'd be dope. Or a face mask.
We got masks coming.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, we when it comes to writing and stuff, I remember our first few songs were like, they're actually just hell. No. We a lot of it's very much kind of finding like your groove in terms of writing. Yeah. I think our first 3 songs were like all completely different genres, and now we kind of respect the idea of like, venturing outside of like what we're comfortable with. Yeah. But back then it was like, okay, here's our really emo song. Here's the really sad song about love, even though none of us know anything. Yeah. And then here's our really trippy one.
I like your music a lot. I think it is the pivotal of 19-year-old indie garage alternative rock. I think it is the pivotal thing of one of those, like the type of songs you would hear in the back of a TikTok is what I would like to attribute to that.
I appreciate that so much. Yeah. Thank you.
I think your sound is the most unique to come out of any of the indie like bands that have come out.
Oh my god, Kia, this is so nice.
I'm just saying, right? Because like, listen, I love me some Boy Pablo, but like I prefer you guys more. I'll be completely honest. Like I listened to like a bunch of the songs today just to like really prep myself for this, and I was just like, man, like to think I know someone like that. To think I know someone that has a band that makes this type of music at this age, and everyone like in our age and beyond can even like it. That's gotta feel like a dope feeling for you.
God, that's so sweet. Like genuinely, that's really nice. And we have fun doing it, and that's so like we kind of just like, I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm trying to say. That was really nice.
I'm just speaking truth, If you're listening to this right now, please listen to A Weekend at Ramona's, because I think it's a dope ass band. A lot of people will like,
Oh my gosh. I mean, thank you. And stay tuned. We have so much new stuff planned, Dude,
I'm so fucking excited for that.
Yeah, me too. It's gonna be dope. Oh my god, I'm so excited to start recording again. I feel like that's probably like the most fun that I have like in that setting, like with the band, is like that recording process.
That's gotta feel great.
Oh yeah. Both times, like we've recorded like 2 different things. And the first time it was like at some family friend's home studio in Brantford. Yeah. And the second time we did it ourselves. So we kind of just like went to our different houses and like really creatively tried to like find good sounds and stuff. Yeah. And both times were like a fucking blast. And like I said, like Ben and Wyatt are like the nicest people in the whole world. They'll literally like literally standing there, recording vocals especially, like it's just my isolated, unfiltered voice shouting in a room to them because I'm wearing headphones. Yeah. And it's so easy to like be like nervous and like everything, but they're just like such a supportive group of people. So it's such a safe environment. You know? Like we mess up and it's just like, oh, don't worry. Like we literally have all the time in the
world. That's great. You have to have a good support group, especially like to make good shit. I got a great support group for this podcast too. Like I got lots of people that like want to listen to it, which is
I'm one of them. Yeah, like I'm so happy that this is happening right now.
Yeah, this is my recording progress with you, right? Like it's just like when I'm able to just press record and just let the conversation go. It's nice. It's a good feeling.
I keep forgetting that like we're filming this right now.
Yeah, me too. Like I'll look at it and I'll be like, oh, why's that there? And I'll just be like, wow. I think like, yeah, man, creating shit if there's any message I want to like bring out to people is just create your shit, do your shit. You know, whatever you have in the back of your mind right now, just fucking do it.
Do it. Right now there's a lot of things holding people back, but
yeah, there's a lot of time
general,
to do.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, definitely. They just create. You know.
Yeah.
I think worst case scenario, you just make something. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna be honest.
It's okay, man. Like just make shit. I think that's the whole message of this podcast. Just make shit. Because I think it's an outlet. Yeah, it's a great outlet. I have a lot of anger in me at any given time, right? And being able to like just do shit, like whether it be draw on receipts at Starbucks when I'm bored and angry, or just doing like, you know, thinking of movie ideas. I think that's like the nicest thing. It's a great outlet. Oh yeah. Also like writing music as well. Oh my god. Like I find that it's therapeutic. Almost. It's very therapeutic. That's why it's like I feel for me I can't really force myself to write a song. Like it kind of just happens very naturally. Yeah. And I'm almost just like playing the guitar and talking to it in a way. And then after it's like, wow, like now that I've kind of vocalized a lot of these thoughts and it's something nice and I can like now, you know, be able to grow it properly and like now I have this cool thing. Yeah. As like a staple of that. It's good. It's good shit. Yeah. It's definitely good shit. But yeah. I think we've exhausted. I'd say so. Yeah. I mean until the next episode because I'm definitely going to have you on again. Yeah. Especially when you have your shit out. Thank you. Oh my god. It'd be a great episode. I mean, I'm excited, you know. I think it's so cool that you're doing this, like genuinely. Oh, thank you, man. No, I'm so happy for you. And like, dude, it's going to be so fun. Me up. Oh my god. Like, it's going to be so fun. Yeah. Yeah, and it's so like this is such a chill environment. Like it's good to just, you know, like go. But before we go, would you like to plug anything? Oh man, I know you got one thing to plug at the very least. Well, for those of you who don't know, I play in a band called A Weekend At Ramona's. We have an EP out now and a couple singles. They're on all streaming services. But like I said, we also have a lot of new stuff planned. So like check those out if you want. Stay tuned because we got so much planned that I'm so excited for. We're just I'm so excited for this year, you know? I'm fucking excited. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Anyways, check this guy out on Spotify. You have Spotify? Yeah, Spotify, yeah. Apple Music. Check him out. He's Deezer. Deezer? What the fuck is Deezer? You tell me. These nuts. I got you. Okay. You fucking idiot. But this is a mess. But anyways, that's the end of this podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed. And see you next episode. Say your goodbyes, Chris. Goodbye. Thank you so much for having me. Last words before I kill you. All right. You won. Always. See ya. Goodbye. Fuck.